Hey everyone, Miacidae here, welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. So today on the No Hope Estate, we're going to be going back into the ruins because I wanted to fight the Beholder boss. It is kind of one of the more secret bosses, or quote-unquote hidden bosses, of Koala's creature collection. Kind of going in here really quick so I can explain things. You need one of these summoning pages, and use this on a very specific enemy. It has been popping up quite a bit, but in the times we've been hunting the Beholder boss itself, hasn't popped up at all. So you need to use the summoning page on a observer for the Beholder boss to come out, and then, well, some fun stuff happens. So we're going to be going in hunting that just because I wanted to, one, see if I could beat it on this estate, because it does have some wonky shenanigans going on. It can blight, I believe it can bleed. It has some other things going on with it, and it has a lot of summoning mechanics where it just keeps summoning allies, making it a little difficult to beat. Even on normal estates, like, sometimes I'll walk away with losses, which is not the best. And how it summons is not the most fun all the time, but we can make it work. So with that being said, let's go get us the Beholder boss. Yeah, I think I brought enough of everything I want. So I'm bringing all the food. It's essentially how I heal on this estate, because I can't heal, for those of you who don't know. I also can't stun, I can't really stress heal in battles, at least. I'm relying on food, curios, camping. Anti-venom, bandages, just because I believe the boss itself can both blight and bleed, or the things it can summon. The manticores that are roaming around can also blight and bleed me, so they're nice just to have on hand. We're bringing medicinal herbs for all the debuffs that can happen. I believe there's a few things in there that can also stress me out and or horror me, including the boss. Holy water for the boss. Torches, of course. We need the summoning pages to even summon the boss. We're going to want holy waters for the boss. The 4 ribbons I have here. Training ribbons just for accuracy. I do believe some of the beholders have a higher dodge, so that's going to help me out a little bit there, because I kind of stupidly here did not bring any trinkets for plus accuracy on anyone, opting for like a utility builds on people, which I'll go over in a little bit. Anathemums for the plus debuff chance for like Sahar here, and the Aesthete, and plus blight chance for Baliol, who we're going to be using in a very high blight build. Amphitheater ribbons for minus stress received and minus movement resistance. Both of those are going to be very, very useful. And performance ribbons, so certain people can go faster. So the actual party for today, we're going to be using Sahara the Duelist. She's here for 2 reasons. One is Flesh is very, very high damage, so that's going to help me like pinpoint certain enemies that I just need down. The other is Touche, upping damage received, and I'm going to be stacking that as much as I can on the boss itself when possible. We do have the Instructor's Keep. This gives her plus dodge, and actually this time around I kind of want Touche moving her back in some situations. This way not everyone is fighting for row 1 and she can move herself back so she can use Flesh. The other one I'm actually using is Miller's Scythe. Normally this would give plus 20% damage versus size 2. This isn't going to be as prevalent. I'm not planning on fighting many size 2 enemies, but there are some that may pop up, like Bone Dragoon, the Profaned Chimera, things like that. But the boss itself that I want to fight is not size 2. The reason we're using this is the bypass guard. The boss can be guarded by its little beholder minions, so this is going to come in handy, so I can stack the Touche and keep going into Flesh on the boss and keep damage on him while not having to keep on like hitting a beholder in a weird position. Pernicosis, the Lawbringer, is also going to have a kind of weird build that I'm hoping works out. So of course we're just going to be doing as much melee damage as possible with him, but I will be using Juggernaut at the start of the fight and whenever Riposte drops off. This marks him, so he's more likely to be hit. The reason for that is I have the question mark Scarapace. This gives him 150% damage reflection. I think that's about all I can say about it. And then, so say he gets hit for 10, he'll reflect 15 damage back at the thing, whatever hits him. So that's going to be pretty big. And then they don't have the best blight or bleed resistance usually. So they usually hover around 60-70. So the 120 has about a 50-60% chance to blight or bleed them. And on being hit, it has a chance to blight and bleed them for a 120% chance. So that's pretty nice, on top of the already absurd damage reflection. Then I opted for Iron Thunder over the Timeless Seeds here. The Timeless Seeds would have given me a little bit more accuracy on both of his hits and 3-for-3 Blight on both of his hits because he can hit twice a action. So that would, on the right target, opted for like 6-for-3 Blight. However, with Iron Thunder, this ups his damage and his crit, and he's going to be debuffing them for crits received, which, if that pops off, gets me more crits, which means more damage, and I think that means more than 6 damage with the little bit of Blight I'd be doing with his attacks. So hopefully that works out. And then Baliol are Uncrowned here. I'm really going heavy into Poisoned Gnaiih here. I'm not using his bones for the block, so I really hope this works out, because I really need him for an upcoming fight. So the plan here is to use Zanzil's Altered Mixture. This gives him on extra Blight amount per combo point, up to 100% extra Blight amount. So Poison Gnaiih does 6-for-3 Blight, then does 100% extra damage versus Blighted, and then on range attack hit will do a 2-for-3 Blight to other enemies. But then I have the Thing's Remains on him, so he does plus 66% Blight amount, and I can't math right now, but 66% Blight amount on, I believe it's the 6-for-3 Blight, not the 3-for-3 Blight. That's going to be pretty heavy. And then we can always finish things off with Eviscerate or Phantom Knives. And then we have Corbin, the Aesthete. So we're going to be going in and mainly using Light here. This minus his accuracy, which is just going to keep us alive. However, for the boss, I do have Protector of Beauty, which I actually do plan on using this time around. This uses a guard, however, it also is a clear stun because the boss can summon Gorgons. And essentially all the Gorgons will do is at the end of the round or the top of the round, I don't remember which off the top of my head, they'll say pick a hero and that hero is stunned. And that's all they do. So with Corbin being the slowest, what I'll do is I'll go, okay, I want Sahar stunned at the top of the next round is what I'm thinking, and then I'll just Protector Beauty them, because otherwise all he's doing is Light to debuff things. So what that'll do is then I just have them at the top of the next round, and they're guarded then. Then he has Bolt and Brash. This ups his debuff chance, accuracy, and speed at top of the round, so I can get Light off faster, lowering accuracy on the boss. And then I have the Shimmering Amulet. So this ups his accuracy, not saying his accuracy is bad, but more importantly ignores stealth for like the entirety of the dungeon, and will bypass guard, which I kind of went over already, where the boss summons things and then they will guard him, or he forces a guard by them. I don't remember how it exactly works, but he gets a guard. So bypassing the guard is nice. If I could disable the guard, that would be more nice. I think I can do that with Ambush, but it only works for so long. We'll see how this works. And then once I get him down, there's only one other boss left, and then the Wandering Boss that I needed Baliol for. I did not think this through. The
fiends must be driven back. And what better place to begin than the seat of our noble line?
Alright. Training on everyone. Amphitheater on everyone. Anathenum on the 3 people who really matter. And I'm going to Performance on the 2 slowest here so they get a little bit more fast. I do have to go to the treasure room to complete all this, so we're going to do that. You're not what I wanted, Chirurgeon. Hi. Lowering accuracy on the patient in 3. I'm going to touche the patient in 1. Ambushing the patient in 1. I was hoping that would take him down.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Shoving the patient in 1 and then going on the musician. Really wanted the musician down, but I'm assuming I can kind of take him down pretty easily. Blatant bleed and reflect.
Formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Well, good thing Baliol can still dodge. Poison Knife the patient. That blights everyone. Blight for 5, blight for 6. Touche, up damage received on Chirurgeon. I can speak today. Light hitting patient in 4. He goes down to blight. go Reflect and Blight.
Festering fear consumes the mind.
Gonna pull him. And Swift Justice still does more. Touche, or Flush. Poison Knife.
Confidence surges.
Blighted
as
for
the enemy
13,
crumbles.
bled for 2. So he's got like 6 health left. I can't math right now. Add Mortem.
Continue the onslaught.
Didn't take much health away, thankfully.
All.
No Trapezohedron, I feel cheated. We'll take the medicinal leeches for now, just in case I get diseased later. Oh, unholy hell. We'll need the Golem down somewhat. I believe he's gonna also do more damage, so let's debuff him. But then... yeah, he's got the plus damage received right now. Or the reflection. It's not much, but it's something. So we're gonna go at the Chimera for now with what we have. Just so I don't get damage reflected. I still have buffs for Ad Mortem, don't I? No, it's just acting wonky, I think. I think it's the plus damage stacking with the plus damage received. Don't blight. Okay. Now he changes, I can hit him. He's in mace form. Bonky boy. Not the worst bleed in the world. Don't go back to shield, I wanted to hit you. At least no debuff. So I'm gonna poison knife him. That way he has a blight and like that stacks up. Touche plus damage received on the Manticore. Shove into Swift Justice. Oh, I can't Swift Justice. Add Mortem. Bandaging. And we'll get the accuracy down on the Chimera.
The match is struck. A blazing star.
Nah, that worked. You hit the one person you probably shouldn't have hit. That reflect. Holy cow. Okay, that may hurt a bit. Those stuns are not great. Taking out Chimera.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Lowering accuracy on Golem. Come out of shield form, you fool. Blighting him. That's blight for 7. I gotta take the reflect.
A decisive pummeling.
I'll just heal up after this. The blight takes him out. Oh, now you go into spear mode. I see how it is.
Their cursed champion falls.
Ouchie. Alright, so...
Seize this momentum. Push on to the
Take the
task's
torch.
end.
Actually could take the portraits here. Because that'll help me finish up the tavern. But we do need to heal Sahar. A little bit up. This is going to be silly. Like, I should not be camping here. Not this early on.
A spark without kindling.
But that's going to help significantly. I don't need the gold. Okay. But what I can do is a feast for the eyes. This gives me extra food. Or banquet for the eyes, rather. Should have done that and then healed with the food. That would have been better. I forgot that that heals me extra. I always forget about that portion of it. Then we need to prevent nighttime ambush. We're going to displacement for the dodge. I did want battle ready just in case I ran into the beholder. This gives the riposte plus 20% damage. And we're going to give Sahar a riposte because otherwise I'm not going to reliably get it. And then I can Thistle Tea to heal a little bit. Family recipe. Can't share the details. I know how that goes. Just not for Thistle Tea. You of all people got blighted, Belial? Wow. Okay, moving on along. Books are bad. Going to the left. Beholder.
The twisted faces of the damned.
Maybe it's because I'm saying beholder, not observer. Man, I'm getting all of the things I don't want, though. Up damage received. And then let's do Swift Justice.
Well struck.
How you doing, buddy collector? Have you... I see one highwayman. I see two. Poison knife, blight collector, buddy. Blighted for 10. If you're gonna stun anyone, that would be the best. How'd that work for you?
A predator is often blind to its own peril.
If this doesn't give me a trap of the Zahedron, something's up. Okay, there we go. Not that I want it, but
promises success.
we don't need the gold. It's just one of those things of like, I should have gotten a Trapezohedron probably from the other fight there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we'll keep the torches for now. I have like 300,000 gold now. I'm gonna toss the onyxes. So what do I get for not scouting? Alright, Pernicosis plus damage, please. Is everything that can go wrong on this run going to go wrong? Am I going to lose a hero? Okay. Okay, I see how it is. Cultist Witch needs to go away. If I blight her, she'll probably go down. Or that works. Ambushing. That didn't work at all. And because Pernicosis isn't gonna get the witch, I'm just gonna go in on the ghoul here. I think it's better for you if you actually missed him with Rend. Okay, flesh the witch. Blight her down. Blight takes her down and does damage to Ghoul. It's kind of funny how fast the Ghoul is for how large it is. Lowering accuracy.
Devastating blow.
Shove and then add mortem.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory. Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
I don't need the crests. Heal up that little bit. We're gonna go down hoping that this is an observer. I just need one. I just need one in this entire dungeon. I'm going all in on the Bone Bearer, so I don't want him reviving anything here. Wow, Flesh might not even take it out after all these attacks. I can impale going forward. And then we can do Ignis Ember, and that takes out the Bone Bearer, and then shuffles the rest. Maybe not shuffling the armor. No repulse on Invigorated armor. He goes next, blighting him. Hoping to blight the rest. How did they resist that and not him? Up damage received on him. Going to shove a Bone Militia.
Precision and power.
Swift Justice. And take out one of the Bone Militia and back, or at least make it so it doesn't hit us.
The light, the promise of safety.
Still hit us. But now you get reflected, you fool. Alright, and then Baliol gets missed. Gotcha. Shoving. Add mortem.
Obliterated.
Take them to some
As
herb, leave the
victories
rest.
mount, so too will resistance.
Books are bad. Where do we go from here? Lost Legion with Lost Rabble, huh? We're gonna make it so the Judicator cannot be guarded. Lowering the Rabble's accuracy. Haha, I called it right. You wasted your turn. Yeah, let's flush him. Now let's up his damage received. That's gonna do more in the long run.
Ground quakes.
I'm going to long arm the Errant because screw the Rabble for now. And then Swift Justice the Judicator. I was hoping that would take him down.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
Oh, you got blighted. Poison Knife onto Rabble. They're blighted, so that does more damage. Judicator goes down to the blight, flushing the Rabble. I'll light the Rabble because they can AoE and do a few other things.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Yikes. They have such high accuracy. That cures a debuff for the plus damage received. I kind of got what I wanted out of that. Add mortem. I think we got a few of the Rabble in there. Next turn they go down. Touche. Eviscerate.
Impressive.
And Blight takes him down.
A victory. Perhaps a turning point.
And Swift Justice.
A trifling victory.
We're gonna heal up a tad here.
Victory nonetheless.
Take the crust. We're good. Default order. Of course it's trapped. Did not scout, so I'm gonna go down here. Hoping for the best. I'll leave these Gaunts for now. Of course. We're gonna lower his accuracy for now. This also does more damage. You know what? I'm just gonna Cloak of Shadows here. That gives me better... I thought that buffed me actually, but I don't see it. Just so we can poison knife him. Up damage received, so he takes more damage from the blight. Shoving. And then we're gonna Swift Justice him, because that's gonna do... Now we're gonna add more to him.
Diminished.
Up damage received. So he takes 36% more damage. That's a bit of a heal. Poison knife again.
Executed.
Taking 11. A light lowering accuracy.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Shove. Yeah, Ad Mortem is doing a lot more for some reason right now, so we're just going to stick with it. Touché. Up damage received. I'd love to get him before he dismounts, but that's not going to be a thing. So blighting the horse because I do more damage to it, and that spreads to the normal guy. Lowering accuracy on the horse, and then the horse pretty much... it's going to have 1 health left. Does the challenge blight and bleed him? Cool. So if I shove the horse, it goes down. And then I can Swift Justice him, building up Ad Mortem.
A time to perform beyond one's limit.
But you challenge Pernicosis. Sir, this was supposed to be a knightly duel.
And that cuts on its own.
Well, again. Hush, or Belial, have at him. I'm gonna blight him. Parrying stance isn't gonna do you much with what Belial's about to do to you. Shove.
Unnerved.
Damage reflect.
Balanced.
No damage reflect on that. Gotcha. Both fine. Yikes.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
I've always been kind of interested in the Mask of the Kitsune. The only thing I don't like about it is the random attack chains will marked. Like, this would be kind of good on Yugi because of plus speed plus dodge, or on the Anointed, but the random attack chance, man. We'll leave the rest because I can't really take anything. And then continue on. I want to heal so bad. The problem is I'm not going to be finding any more food in the ruins. It's a very rare thing. So let's go to the right, get this situated, then we can loop around.
Even the cold stone seems bent.
I forgot shovels. Never mind. We'll go to the left. Plus damage on Pernicosis. Taking what I can. I'm just going to leave the rest because supplies. Of course, as I'm about to torch up.
Mechanical hazards, possessed by evil intent.
Alright. I'll light the fountain because of what it can do. Judgment Day hurts. I mean, it's just splashing the wine kind of hurts, but nonetheless. We are going to try to take out that Crusader, so plus damage received. Cloak of Shadows into Poison Knife onto the Bone of Royalty. Let's long arm the Bone of Royalty here. And then Ignis Ember does 5 to him. And might shuffle him back. Or not, but Blight still takes out the Royalty. Or not. Still kind of wasted the Fountain's turn. Big hit on the Crusader for that. Touche taking out Royalty before he does anything. Poison Knife hitting Crusader. Let's see here. 4, 6. Yeah. Lowering accuracy on Fountain.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Anti-Venom shove, and then we'll see what I can do. 8 to 14 with Swift. 10 to 18 with Add and Mortem. Miss, thank you. That's the attack I did not want hitting me. Up damage received, and it's down.
Size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
We're going to heal Pernicosis because they're kind of integral for a strategy, and they will be getting a mark on them. Vault Order. Take the water. Yes, hi Bear, do you want attentions? And then we can just leave the rest for now.
Packs laden with loot.
Leave that because I don't have anything there.
Supplies.
Very good scout. I'm not going to find any enemies there. So the goal is to gonna go around and go to this battle room. I don't have keys for this, so kind of whatever. I'm going to be disappointed if I don't find another observer. Torch. Trap, of course, because I torched while moving. It's kind of a given at this point. It's a cliche. Observer. We got him. Final fight, of course. That's how the last one went. So, we're going to do a few things here. First is the summoning page. I think I have to wait until his turn now. I think that's how it works. Why are you biting me, Bear? Taking out the Grotesque as a just in case I don't want the extra damage on me. Yikes. Taking out Grotesque. And we'll get this going. I still went for Sahar, but dodge, cool. Unveil, there we go. Here's our boss. Okay, now for the cool part. We'll be right back. So this is, for those of you wondering, this is the No Hope where I hit the Omibozu for over 1,000. That's where I branched off. Because if you want to fight the Beholder boss, let's fight the Beholder boss on its territory. So for those of you wondering why this happens, it's something along the lines of it can only have one background. So this is the background that they wanted to have, but it's something like you already started the fight, and that background that you saw at the start was already there, so it couldn't load this one in. So if you reload the fight, this happens.
Must be driven back. And
which is really cool.
Place to begin than the seat of our noble line.
So used a Holy Water on Sahar, we're going to up damage received. As you can see here, a name I can't pronounce, it's Eldritch's Beholder, has 21 dodge, 8 speed, 293 health, 118 dodge, 73 bleed and blight, 78 debuff, and 248 movement resistance. This is going to be interesting. And it can summon a lot. Hemorrhaging for now for plus damage received, plus 1 combo point. Also Holy Water.
A singular strike.
Oh, that's a mark. And summons a bit. Gotcha. We are going to pull him, trying to get him closer to me. That's right, we can't do that. We can't even shove these. We do have the mark and riposte on Lawbringer, though. And what we can do is we can try to take out some of these claw beholders, because Pernicosis can't hit the back row. That's going to be a buff, I believe, for riposte. And then we're going to L-light him, so he does significantly less to me.
Quakes.
I'm going to try something stupid here. And we're going to again on Baliol. Resisted that, that's awesome. L lighting the Beholder boss, so it can't hit me once again.
As the light gains purchase, spirit
still hit me.
And purpose is made clear.
It's in a bad spot, so I can't do what I want to do.
How quickly the tide turns.
One Beholder down. Guarded by a person I don't want to be guarded by. Summoned a Gorgon. I do need to get rid of that, so we are going to shove the Gorgon. And then we are going to Swift Justice.
A hand's breadth from becoming unwound.
I do Poison Knife onto the Beholder boss once. Nope. But we missed. Behold, then onto the Gorgon. I think we blighted for enough. Okay.
Continue the onslaught.
We did not blight the others.
Destroy them all.
We are going to just stun you. Miacidae.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
Flushing the Beholder. So that's all she can do. That scared me for a second. Poison Knife onto the Dreamcatcher. Bladed for 10, bled for 2.
Broken. Maintain the offensive.
I think that's going to be a guard soon. But for now, going on to the Beholder boss. Gonna add Mortem. No, we're just gonna do Swift Justice on him. Good thing that missed. Now we'll do Ad Mortem. Oh no. I lost the riposte. Oh well. Ad Mortem.
A decisive pummeling.
So about 50 health left. We're gonna up the damage. Oh, I don't want to put Hush back in. I don't think it matters. I'm not sure who can hit what. Lo and Behold should be able to hit any row, I think. So we're gonna up damage received. That way the Blight does more. That's the buff. The riposte. That is the Force Guard. And a stealth. Oh no, 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 no. Okay. Now 2 people are at Death's Door. The 2 people I want to use the Holy Water on. We are going to use L Light to go through the guard. I can still Poison Knife to get a Blight on him. To the AoE. So Blight for 5.
Them no quarter.
Reflect took them out.
As the enemy crumbles.
You ignore guard, so flushing? No, still up damage received. So he's got 35 health left.
Gnawing uncertainty. The birthplace of dread.
Ignores guard. 1% chance to miss. He's got a 5 Blight on him, and this will Blight. Blighted for 10.
Falls, a faint hope blossoms.
He's got 7 health left. I just need him to have a turn. Or I need Sahar to go. Oh, Valora.
Impressive.
Everyone on Death Door, but we got the Beholder boss. I was wondering how I was going to get through that.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
So we got the glint of gold from that, which is worth 10,000 gold. I'll show that that's not worth the stuff in the end screen. Then we got these unsettling keepsakes. Could this undo the lurking thing's curse? So that gets rid. This is a consumable that kind of stays around like the Major Omamori or the Hair of the Sea Dog. And just like the Hair of the Sea Dog, it's used to get rid of the stalked or the observed quirk. And other than just random curio interactions, this is the only way to get rid of the stalked or the observed quirk. So you stop running into the Beholders. It's kind of nice. So now I have those on hand just in case any hero has it. I'm kind of... Usually I get out of that fight with a very high stress because they do more of the stress to me, or the horror. But they opted for a lot more damage there. Quest complete. We're leaving. I have nothing left to give.
Hole by hole, we reclaim what is ours.
So if you look really carefully here at the items being put in the treasure, like I had the 2 trapezohedrons here. It's only worth 11,000 gold. The glint of gold was not put in here. So 20,000 gold with quest rewards in the treasure. We got the open conflict carry case, which is max HP up, 33% damage versus mark, 33% damage for melee skills. This is really nice for if you're going into a lunge build. 12 crests, 4 portraits, 12 busts. Baliol got a disease. Koshu, minus 3 HP plus 30% stress. I'll probably be getting rid of that. So here's the thing. I need Baliol here for, like, everything going forward. I might be able to do the next without him, but I need him for the Drowned Captain because he's the only one with the quirk that can summon it. I wanted him for the Old Man's Procession, and I wanted him for the Night Parade because of super high dodge. And then Sahar got Bloodsucker Slayer, which doesn't matter too much. But that's one more boss off the list.
All the decadent horrors I have seen pale in comparison to that final crowning thing.
But I
not look, nor could I look away.
I don't feel like it's a good idea to go in with Koshu because of the plus stress and the minus max HP. That just feels very sketchy to do. So what I might do is I might go in and level up some heroes, like the level 4s to level 5s, just so I have extras, or the level 1s to level 2s as a just in case, because that also gives me time to like de-stress people that I've been kind of wanting to use. How did you guys get so stressed out? I thought I've been checking for that. I swear I've been checking for the stress, and now I have a few people like super high on stress, so that is probably what I want to do, because it's either like, I think I wanted to use Jean going into the Drowned Captain as well, because she does super high damage against Blighted, and the Blight's probably the right call to use on the Drowned Captain, considering like Cove. I do have other options, but it's kind of meh. So I'll probably go into like a short somewhere here and see what I can do. What we have left are the Cove, which has the Sunken Captain, and then we have the Grieving Ninohonen, which I'm not sure we're going to get through, and then the Grieving Neurorion. I'm not sure why I was saying it that way, but the Grieving Neurorion, and then that opens up 2 other quests, one of which is just literally a it's a no fight, go pray at an altar, and then the Night Parade. I'm not sure how we're going to get through either of these, Night Parade or the Grieving Neurorion. My only guess, because of how many monsters in a row you have to fight basically without any relief, is a dodge team. So that's why I wanted Baliol for that, but Baliol also needs to go into the Cove because he's the only one with the quirk. And before anyone says, why did you put that on him? Because I had to choose between 4 heroes, essentially. Otherwise, I lost the ability to get the quirk, and he seemed like the best one to put it on at the time. And I wasn't thinking ahead on to this. Oh man, these are some bad quirks. I was not paying attention to their quirks at all. We got Fragile, we got Bloodthirsty, we got Flawed Release, Weak Grip on someone who only uses melee, Ladonum Penchant, Restless Conscience, Calm, Fear of Yokai going into the Sunward Isles because it's a short. At least we got Hard Noggin, Yokai Hater, Backtracker, Natural Swing, Clotter, Yokai Hater. Okay, it's not the worst thing in the world. Then we'll come back to the Cove, depending on how things look, the Neurorion. Essentially what's happening is I have a lot of people in treatment, particularly Baliol here is one of the heroes I need for like every upcoming episode, which is really stupid to say, but I need him at least for the upcoming episode that I want. Because he is the only one in my roster with the Ghostly Chained quirk, and I wanted to do that to fight the Ghostly Captain in the Cove before going and fighting the Grieving Neurorion, and I really would like him for the Grieving Neurorion quest as well, because he's one of my higher dodge heroes and has some higher dodge trinkets, and I think that's going to be one of the only ways I can get through that, is just dodge trinkets. So right now I'm just like going and leveling up some background heroes that are like level 3-4, seeing if I can't get another Tempest and another Flagellant to level 5 in the meantime, essentially because I need a week before I go to the Cove, and then I'm going to go to the Cove and then like next big actual episode to Belial in that, and then if I need another week downtime, I'm going to level these people up again before going to the Neurorion, and that's kind of going to be how these go. So that being said, we are going to the Sunward Isles to level up because it is the only veteran short right now, and we'll go from there. Realistically, I don't care too much about any of the ribbons, I think. The only one I want are the Amphitheater, so I get minus stress received, but I've done most of what I wanted here. The only maybe I take one of the trainings to get accuracy on the leper here, but otherwise I'm pretty good. The party for today is going to be a up-and-coming Flagellant, who really I haven't named yet, so for now it's Barassa. He's going to have Punish, Reign of Sorrows, Insanguinate, and Suffer. These are really the only moves I can use on the Flagellant. They're going to have the Ancestor's Larder Opener for extra accuracy on melee skills, which is everything but Reign of Sorrows. Also gives them an extra on a hit bleed for their melee skills, making them do a little bit more bleed for when I hit those. And then we have the question marks Carapace. On being hit, they'll do a Bleed and Blight 2 for 3 rounds and have 150% damage reflection, which is amazing. Just kind of going all out with my trinkets here. We then have a new Leper with Chop, Hew, Purge, and Intimidate. They have the Shining Armlet, giving them +5 accuracy as a minimum, and up to 20 accuracy depending upon certain situations like being marked, HP above 50%, stress below 50%. We then have Lucius, just for the plus damage on the Leper. It also lowers his death blow resistance, but I'm not too worried about that. We then have Evelyn, the Tempest, who has Phaser just for damage. It also debuffs minus speed and minus crit on whoever it hits. If something goes down and she goes into the front rows, I have High Voltage, but this will damage her because I do not have the High Pass Filter or the Surge Protector on her. We have Amplify for bigger fights, giving her riposte and the entire party a bigger crit multiplier. And if I need a block, I have Shock Coma. Her trinkets here are the Mortal Rebirth. This essentially is here because on monster kill, will remove any diseases and mortality debuffs from the entire party, so there are a few diseases I can get on hit, especially from the Nozuchis, I believe it is. And then I have Mother's Mask, upping her speed even more and her dodge even more. And then finally a Duchess, here just to bleed things with Crimson Downpour. We're upping her accuracy and crit rate with Nobusuma's Glare, and giving her an extra on-attack hit bleed with Blood Charm. So that's kind of the goal, just get through here really quick, end it as soon as possible, and we'll see what happens. So training on Leper, Amphitheater on everyone else, let's go. 100% of room battles. Just take back what we can.
Festering fear consumes the mind.
So in this case, I actually want the Dora Taboo down first. Alright. Gonna phaser it. It doesn't really matter what position she's in. Monstrous Affliction, Crimson Downpour will hit the Hiki Crab. Also got the Shoguru, cool. That's also gonna bleed and blight the Shoguru, which is kind of funny. So it bleeds and blights out. And bleed gets the Dora Taboo. So let's go for the Yurie.
Eradicated.
Just Hiki Crab left. Who's getting annihilated.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Anti-Venom. And Bop. There's power. And that's our fight.
Onslaught. Destroy them all.
Or, you know, Leper can do that.
Remind yourself.
Let's heal up Ted.
This is a slow and insidious killer.
Up we go. Loki, you can't go in there, buddy. He's actually just scratching the wall. I don't know why Loki's scratching the wall.
In Radiance, may we find
He likes the sound, I
victory.
think. He's been doing that ever since he got home, and he randomly scratches walls because they're textured, and he only scratches the textured walls. I want to preface that. He only scratches wood or textured walls. and he just goes to town on them. Bleeding backwards because of Casa Obake. Gonna hit the Odorochi.
A singular strike.
Man, I love how that works so much. I think I'm going to use it on Bearstone when I go into DD2 for the guard. Because that way not only is he guarding like whoever needs to be guarded, but then when they hit him,
Slowly,
they take a huge damage reflect, and they get bled and blighted.
Is taken.
Well, Hiki Crab down.
A death by inches.
And taking final Hiki Crab down. Let's see here.
Therefore,
Here we go.
is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Dude, I can't see you. Why are you meowing? I'm trying to keep an eye on him so he doesn't, like, destroy things, because he's kind of not supposed to be in here anymore after he's broken, like, tons of stuff now. And he just snuck in here. He's really, really fast. No. Oh. Nothing like a cat to make you second guess your choices of how you set up this room. Did I get Cursed Blade? Really? Owns a Cursed Blade which grants immense power but is ravenously bloodthirsty. I have no clue what this does, but I've been wanting to get this to test it out for a while, and now my leper has it. Nothing like a kitten to make you rethink how you've designed everything in your house. Because what he's doing in my recording room right now is I have a Alex right by my desk, actually pushed up against my desk, or my desk is pushed up against my Alex that's on my wall, you know, the thing from IKEA. So four of the boxes are like blocked off by my desk, and just so Bear couldn't get in them, I kind of blocked those off with various things. He's found a way to get into those, but he can't get back out, and he loves getting in there. But the problem is, once he wants to get out, or even if he's just playing, he just claws at it like a madman. Or if he just wants to hide, he'll go right by it, which is right by where my computer is stationed, and then just start playing with the cords of my computer and destroying things.
And panic.
And it's like, no, we can't have that, buddy. You're not supposed to be doing that. I'm trying to sleep at night, and he is going into the corner, which is right next. My bedroom is right next to the recording room, and you could hear him trying to claw his way out of the Alex because he's gotten his way into one of those boxes. And he does it for like 30 minutes straight, and he's like, well, why did you get in there? I'm trying to help you, but now I have to move my entire desk to get to you, which is a process.
As the fiend falls,
And then once you help him out of it, he goes straight back into it. Or goes and hides for 5 minutes and then goes straight back into it. After you've helped him out of it. In the middle of the night at 2 a.m. Such is the kitten. Alright, last room. I didn't intend on this being a very long dungeon. I just needed it to be a dungeon so I could get the rest on Baliol for the week to get rid of the disease. And it does get Evelyn and Barassa here a little bit of experience. I bled the Urie, but not the Dora Tabu. Something is wrong there. Oh, sucks to be that Dora Tabu.
The will to fight. Forward.
So 7. Now the Dora Tabu goes down. Did she only survive because of a crit heal?
Precision and power.
Let's do Noble Obligation on her, take her down, then just Shogaru left, which shouldn't be the biggest deal. It should go down to Bleed and Blight. Alright, cool.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Alright, so that's quest complete. It was a short, but that's all that we're really going to be doing today. 4 deeds, an A+ exam. Roughly 10,000 gold. 12 extra crests. Grand total of 10 deeds. 6 busts, 4 portraits. Ludalo is actually almost level 5. The Leper hit level 4. Barassa and Evelyn are on the way to level 4. Quick reflexes on Ludel. Probably lock that in. Roused on Evelyn. Leering on the Leper, which is utterly ridiculous. That's going to be worthless. But Flawed Release is not a bad quirk because he doesn't have range skills.
You answered the letter. Now, like me, you are a part of this place.
I will get the Unholy Slayer's Ring here, just because plus damage versus Unholy, that may come in handy. I want to make sure no one here needs a... Didn't I get rid of Kophobe? Maybe I threw her in Stress Relief. I can use Baliol again. That's the big thing here. Okay, so just so these people are useful when I actually use them, I'm going to lock in a few quirks, get rid of a few quirks. Let's get rid of Bloodthirsty, and then she'll be fine. So yeah, like I said, that was all I was going to do here, because the plan is to go into the cove here to fight the captain in the next episode, or the actual, like, next No Hope Estate episode. This was kind of just me getting a party ready that was in recovery, and I didn't want to go waste actual normal heroes and possibly get people hurt and all that jazz. So I wanted Baliol here for the cove once again because of Ghostly Chained. Not sure who else I'm going to be bringing to the cove, but we'll deal with that later. I'm assuming I might have to take another episode or two like this, just so everyone is aware. Because once I go and use Baliol for Ghostly Chained, I kind of want him for the Grieving Ninahorn, or Near Orion. Because of the Bones trinket here, this just gives him absurd dodge. And I'm thinking the way I'm gonna have to get through this quest is dodge heroes. And that makes him one of the better dodge heroes as is. So I'm thinking that's going to be the better bet. And if I get too high stress for another disease or something like that, I'm going to want to do another one of these to, like, set him up right. So I know that's going to be a lot of me using the Uncrowned, but he's kind of going to be key for the next few episodes. I don't plan on using him too much in the Darkest Dungeon, but for, like, the captain and then what's coming up next, I think I'm going to need it. So that's kind of the goal there, and we'll kind of go from there. So I know, shorter episode once again, but kind of it was an unplanned thing, and I just kind of wanted to show that, hey, we're still sticking to the rules. Well, getting these really bad diseases and quirks off while in the interim of setting things up. So that'll be it for this time. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz, and otherwise, as always, wish you all well. I'll see you next time. Please have a good one.